Take my hand, I'll teach you to dance. I'll spin you around, won't let you fall down.
Bryce and I first met when we were taking Bio 130 at BYU. I went and sat next to him one of the days and asked him what his name was, and we had a short 2-minute conversation.
I don't remember that we talked that much though. But then, like a year later, we moved into the same ward, and somehow our roommates met, and somehow I ended up over at Alex's apartment, and Alex was just sitting there doing her homework, and I just decided to talk to Alex, and sat down and we just started talking, and it was really easy and really nice and fun.
I feel this way. Can we dance real slow? Can I hold you? Can I hold you close?
The room's hush hush and now's our moment. Take it in, feel it all and hold it. Eyes on you, eyes on me, we're doing this right. Cause lovers dance when they're feeling in love. The spotlight shining, it's all about us, it's
The second time, the actual time that I really met him and talked to him for the first time, I thought he was really cool and super funny, and I wanted to get him to know him more.
Just someone I could just sit and talk quietly to. So that's nice.
Do you think we're ready? Oh, I'm really feeling it.
Do you hear that love? Do you hear that love?
Do you hear that love? They're playing our song.
Do you think we're ready? Yeah, love, I'm really feeling it. Do you hear that love?
Do you hear that love?
Do you hear that love? They're playing our song.
Do you think we're ready yet? Oh, I'm really feeling
Do you
it.
hear that love? Do you hear that love? Lovers dance when they're feeling in love. Spotlight shining.
One of our first dates, and we just went to Riverwoods when they did the Light the Night thing with all the lights, and we walked around, and then we went to Puma Beach Resort and we played some of the arcade games, and then we went and saw Despicable Me 2, and it was just super laid back and fun.
Then we drove out to the other side of Utah Lake, and there's kind of like a park over there. Well, it's kind of like a parking lot, and then with some jetties that go out into the lake. So we just walked out there, and we were just kind of out by the lake, and we're trying to see the northern lights. They didn't show up, but it was just really fun to be outside and
There was a time when I was never really sure if I was ever gonna find that perfect girl. But then came the day when you came my way, everything changed. I could tell straight from the moment that we met, you would always be the girl I could not forget. In all of my thoughts, in all of my prayers, all of my cares. So maybe I've fallen in love with an angel that came from above. You're something to find, one of a kind. You are all that I can see. Yeah, sometimes it's hard to believe. You're something to find, one of a kind. Angel of mine, angel of mine. I've never been the type to go all in, but you were different, it was evident. So if you give me your heart, I'll give you mine all of the time. So maybe I'm falling in love with an angel that came from above. You're something to find, one of a kind.
Well, it all starts when, like you're saying goodbye to the girl at night and you want to say I love you, but you haven't said it yet. So you're like, I love you. But you say it under your breath. And, anyway, so I knew I wanted to say I love you to Alex. And so then we were sitting there on the couch after we had gone to Salt Lake and saw the Christmas lights and everything. And we had watched a Christmas movie. And it was just so great. And then I was really nervous about saying I love Alex. And so then I was just like being all quiet and shy. And of course Alex knows what's going on. And so she's like, what's going on, Bryce? Because she knew something was up. And I was just like, well, I think I kind of love you. And Alex was like, thanks. And then I think by the end of the night she said she loved me too.
Angel of mine. Dear, do you have an idea of what love is? I'd like to know, because I'm sure we don't have a clue. If I had to guess, I would take forever to explain the way I feel when I'm with you. This is simple, this is testing. Boy, calm your fears with every breath she breathes. Go to sleep tonight, just for tonight. I'll be here when you wake up, dear. When the light meets your eyes, I swear I'll be here for you. I swear I'll be here for you, dear. Sleep is for sleepers, and we are like them. Love is for the foolish. What fools will we Go to sleep tonight, just for tonight. I'll be here when you wake up.
Bryce proposed. Well, so we went and looked at a ring, and he actually bought the ring when I was there, so I knew it was coming.
I mean, I was very nervous, and I didn't know exactly what to do. I wanted it to be something special, someplace we had been that, you know, kind of had some sort of meaning to Alex and I.
And he picked it up, and I knew what day he was picking it up. So I was like, it's gonna happen any day now. And so I was super uptight for like 3 days because he was gonna do something every day. So I didn't know when it was coming, and that was annoying. But besides the point.
We had gotten the ring, and Alex didn't know when I was gonna propose. She knew I had the ring though. And at first my plan was kind of to have a small little date every day of that week and propose at the end of the week. But after the first night and how anxious it made Alex with not knowing if I was going to propose or not, I decided I should probably do it sooner.
So then we go, and it's getting late, the sun is setting, so I'm like, I don't think it's going to happen today because it's too dark out. And so we drive, and we're having a picnic. We drive to this one park where we used to walk to at the colony. And we set out the blanket, and he has his cooler and the Smith's bag with some chips that are already opened. And so I'm just, you know, like sitting down waiting to eat the chips because I was hungry. And he pulls out this big bouquet of roses and the ring out of the cooler. And he's like, these are for you. And then he's like, tells me all these cute things and asks me to marry him, and I said yes.
Yeah, and I planned that we were going to go to the park and have a picnic. Well, a picnic. Because really, I was just going to have the ring and flowers in the cooler thing that I brought and propose to her there. So I picked her up and said that we were going to go on a picnic, and I don't think she was very happy that we were just going on a picnic. But then we got to the park and we spread out the blanket, and by that time I was just ready to do it. I just wanted to ask her to marry me, and so I just opened up the cooler and pulled out the flowers and said, well, these are for you. And then pulled out the ring and said, this is also for you. And then I remembered that I should get on one knee, so I got on one knee and asked her to marry me, and she said yes, and it was the best thing ever.
I give you my heart to have and to hold, in sickness and health when we grow old. And if we get lost, we'll find our way home. You don't have to worry anymore.
I've been waiting for this
I've been waiting for,
as long as I'm alive, I promise I'll be here for you. I'll be here for you.
I love you, Bryce.